good.
Yeah.
You can talk loud. This is Tess Sullivan. She's from the Natural Trading Company. She also brought, sort of at the last minute, and I was pleased as punch, that she actually brought, is it your husband? No? Okay, but you're the farmer. You're the one who's actually been doing this business for a long time, and Tess is sort of the business part of it. She's the one who actually does the CSA for the Natural Trading Company. So between the two of them, we've got a couple of great resources here, again, from the farming aspect and also from just sort of ways that Tess sees that we can enhance our existing farmers market CSAs and things like that by the development of a co-op, so that we're all really clear that this is a collaborative effort for everybody around local food in our community, and that this is not a competitive process. So with that being said, welcome, Tess.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, my name's Tess, and I had a couple passionate talks with Jeannie, and I asked if I could support this in any way, and so she invited me to come out here tonight. So I'm super grateful to be here with you. I share a little bit with you about my day today. I woke up in Salt Lake City this morning with my daughter and my grandkids, and went to catch my 9 a.m. flight to find out it was a 9 p.m. flight. So I laid out in cash and got myself here, and it was kind of a crazy day, a little different than I expected. But on the way up here, Brian and I saw a bald eagle on the freeway, so it was pretty special to see that. The reason why Brian's here is because last night I was going to bed and I thought, why am I doing this? I'm super passionate about this movement. I believe in this. I believe in folks having a direct relationship where your food comes from. I know it's at the foundation of our emerging new world, and I really believe in it, and I just want to support it in any way that I can. But I think Brian should talk about his 16-year-old CSA and how it all.
Well, thanks everybody. Brian Kaminsky, the Natural Trading Company. I just want to make it clear. We saw the I'll stand up. We saw the bald eagle from the freeway, not on the freeway. It was alive and well, and beautiful, beautiful to see. I've seen two in the last within a week. One was in Chico, so pretty excited about that. I see a lot of friends and family and people that I know here, customers from the CSA. There's farm advisors. There's a lot of farmers in the room as well, and there's employees that have worked for me, and so there's great teachers here. There's a lot of community here, and it's great to be here and invited. Thanks. So for 17 years, it's my 17th year. I've been growing organic produce. Started in Penryn on 2.5 acres, and then moved to another 10 acres at Steve and Lisa Piltz's property, and was fortunate enough to buy Albert Yoshikawa's place, 40 acres on Fruitvale Road, 5 years ago. And with the Placer County's help and the state's help, we got a conservation easement on the place, which will never be developed. It'll always stay a 40-acre piece. It'll always stay in open space as a benefit to the community for long past when I'm here, which is really exciting. So that's a big victory. That's a big, Placer legacy is the legacy of Placer County to preserve land, and with this conservation easement, it's my legacy that I live behind, so I'm grateful for it. Grateful every day to be a farmer, grateful every day to be able to go out and provide and grow great quality food for the community, and the support that we have is just fantastic and tremendous. I love the co-ops. Sacramento Natural Food Co-op was a huge supporter early on. I've been with them for the whole time I've been growing food, and 16 years ago they said, we need some, very similar to what Chris talked about with the beef, man. We need someone to grow wheatgrass, and from that small start, they really started a big business for me, providing wheatgrass for the local community in Sacramento, San Francisco, and Reno areas. So I'm grateful for them, and the Briar Patch we've been having a great relationship, not only in the produce department, but in the deli department as well for the last 3 years. So I guess I want to say I encourage the local farmers here to connect with Briar Patch. I've been to their meetings, and most of the growers are from Nevada County, but if you have something unique and something that is awesome that you believe in, I think you should come up and talk to the co-op. Some water?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I think I got lemonade.
A little dry. So anything I can do or answer questions about, love to be able to support a co-op with growing food for it. Would love people here to be able to get our food and get other local food. There's great resources here in Placer County. farmers markets. I go to 6 farmers markets in Placer County alone. Thank you. In Folsom, and there's probably another 6 or 12 that I don't go. Just a question?
So you're moving your farm products through multiple retail channels. Through your own CSA, it sounds like you're moving it through the co-ops with Briar Patch and Sacramento, and you're also moving them through farmers markets. How do you plan your percentages of crops over the course of the year in order to meet the needs of each of those 3 major channels to market? I assume you're probably also selling direct to consumer in some cases as well. And how do you do your planning, your crop planning, in order to support the needs of that broad community?
Well, I'm not. That's a great question, and I'm not the greatest planner, and I'm not the one that. I just think of what I want to do, and I just kind of go for it. And things either work out or they don't work out so well. So in a good year, we'll have extra stuff. I guess number one commitment would be to our CSA members. So if we only have a small share of something, they're going to get the first choice. When we have the second choice, it goes to the farmers market. And after so many years, I have a good sense of how much I need to supply both of those. And then the third opportunity is if we're growing 30, 40, 50 varieties of vegetables, pretty much anything you can think about in the Sacramento region we grow. And then in some of those varieties, we might, an eggplant we might grow 5, and peppers maybe 10 varieties, and tomatoes 30 varieties. So we have a lot of food. So if we were just growing one or 2 crops, that would give a better idea. So certain items like tomatoes, basil, parsley, some things that we can have extra space for, then we don't offer everything wholesale. And so we can target specific things that work into the system that supports the whole. So right now we have early tomatoes. I was really excited that I called the Briar Patch, was the first person I called, David up there, and there's a local supply house, Veritable Vegetable, and they get there. Some of you may know them, and they have everything organic that you can imagine, and they have a price sheet that comes out every day, and it's a great resource to check because it's a great way that I can get a sense of what prices are. The managers at the co-ops, they get a sense of what the prices are, and all the cherry tomatoes were from Mexico. There wasn't one tomato grown in California, and I had them, and so it was awesome. And we sold in the last couple of weeks an early variety of tomatoes that I didn't really expect to have extra, or I didn't really plan for. I thought we'd have a lot for farmers market, but the Whole Foods have been buying them. You guys have been buying them every week, and so Sacramento Food Co-op. So it's awesome to know that they're not just El Cabo Baja cherry tomatoes in our local stores. So that's been a good victory for me. So I don't really have a good sense of how I plan. I think I'm working on that.
Get my suppliers.
That's been a big part of what we've done as well, is in that meeting every year is communicating out very specifically. During July we buy this much poundage of whatever, take your pick, cucumbers or tomatoes or heads of lettuce, and this is our volume, this is our projected sales, we're going to grow by X%, so we think we can do this, and then we communicate that out to the group, and then 2 people say, oh, well, I was going to grow cucumbers at that point, and we say, well, that's too much, and then one person says, well, I'll grow a little extra, and the other person says, I'll wait a month, and then we coordinate that, so it's done kind of on the table to communicate that. If you go to the Briar Patch website, briarpatch.coop, you can see that calendar. We create the calendar, we create the farm calendar, and then we create what we call a gaps list that shows, hey, if you, during this period of time, if you happen to have a bunch of cilantro, we don't have anybody producing it, so somebody has an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, that's okay by me.
So I do want to say, though, this brings up, I have made some commitments to the Briar Patch, and I'm growing a certain crop, several different crops for them, and they expect a certain amount every week. And so now I'm having to change a little bit, like, whoa, I can make more, sell it direct to people, selling it direct to CSA, but I've made this commitment, so it's given me the ability and the challenge to grow more, to be able to supply them.
Has it helped you with your peaks and valleys in terms of what you produce to engage with Briar Patch and other co-ops?
Absolutely, for sure, yeah. I think the more diversified a grower can be, or a community can be, you know, if one area goes down, then there's something else to pick up. So an example of that, we do wheatgrass, sunflower greens, peaches in the greenhouse, and then we do organic produce, but we started doing heritage birds. So we're doing heritage turkeys and chickens. We're bringing back birds that have basically fallen away by the wayside when the commercial birds came into production. So like the Cornish cross, before the Cornish cross was the Delaware was one of the most popular chickens, but has anyone ever heard of a Delaware chicken? Not many people. So we're bringing back from really extremely good bloodlines from the other side of the United States. We're going to start breeding them, and it's almost like saving seed. Like if we don't save our own seed, raise our own chickens, and the turkeys and the chickens can't reproduce. The commercial turkeys have to be artificially inseminated. They can't even breed themselves. So, you know, how sustainable is that, you know, going forward? So we're taking a look at doing heritage poultry, and we've got a few hogs on the property now, and just leased 40 more acres of a neighbor of mine. So I now be running 80 acres, and we're going to start with pastured animals to fertilize and try to close the loop on our fertilization. That's a big piece. You know, this whole sustainable thing for us is getting inputs from outside. If we can create that and keep a closed loop, that's really going to be important. And I want to be a model for Placer County, for other farmers coming in. It's a commitment to me from all the support I got from Placer County. So you know, we're really strong in the farmers market. We love to see people. We love to be out there. We have some young people that work for us. The CSA is a great way to connect to the farm. And if any of you don't know about that, we can talk more about it. If this group, you know, forms a co-op, I'd love to support it. And I would shop there because I love shopping at co-ops. And I either have to go to Sacramento or the Briar Patch, and those are kind of far. So I stay home and grow most of my own food and not go out so much.
So one of the options as far as perhaps a first step in doing this is a buyer's club. Can you tell us more about your CSA, how it works, and how it would benefit us and how it would benefit you?
Well, there's a couple of ways we're doing a couple of different ways with our CSA. One is that anybody can sign up online on our website individually, and then from there we have drop-off points and get you your food. And one of the drop-off points is at the farm, so people could come to the farm. Another way is working with Head Start and other organizations who say, you know, will you grow 48 boxes for us? And this is what we want. We want a little bit different mix than what you normally do for the regular members, and target this price range, and we're doing that as well. So, someone said Head Start, an early Head Start. There are 48 Head Start families getting food from us, and 3 early Head Start places getting food from us this year too. So that's really awesome. And so I would say, you know, collectively as a group, if you form something that you want, either we've got 20 people, so we're going to need 20 bunches of everything that we grow, and you create your own CSA at another offsite, or people come to the farm and, you know, the birds drop off. There's lots of different ways.
So collectively, if we had a large enough group initially, would there be a way of getting some sort of price break from the current retail prices that you're charging, say the farmer's market, or even on your CSA? I mean, like, at what point, how many of us would it take to really impact, to make you prefer to grow for us,
Yeah.
at least in that capacity?
Sure. Before a store's front's open.
Yes.
Yeah. I would say 20 people. You know, if there's a group of 20 people, then that would be movement towards that for sure.
Okay.
We got that.